Okay, so let's get started. Can everybody hear me? All right, sounds good. So first of all, first item on the agenda is staff and board updates. Do you guys have any questions on the updates that were sent out? One of the items is Kitty is looking to do a chapter spotlight on the Facebook page each month. So if you guys want to have your chapter featured on the SEDS Facebook and website, send me an email and I'll forward it to Kitty and let her know. So if you guys have done anything really cool and want to be featured on our page, just let me know and we'll get you promoted on the SEDS pages. Do you guys have anything to add about the staff and board updates? Anything you want to talk about? Yes, no? Looks like people are typing. Okay, so in that case, let's go ahead and move on to the SEDS website, and I'll pass it over to Dan to talk about that.
I've been muted this whole time. Yes, I have, haven't I? My apologies, guys. Um, all right, sorry. I will start back on the beginning again. Gotta love muting. So yeah, new website is up. It's really exciting. What the really cool part is that we're now able to, as part of this whole program, we're getting all the chapters contact information in kind of one little spot. So, I don't know why it's not doing it. So, you probably won't be able to see me. And anyone hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I love technology. It's just so great. Anyway, so here we are. Sets the basically what we're trying to get all your chapter members to do is to register on this sets.org. We can also get people who aren't people. You can also register if you're not a member of a chapter onto sets.org. So we now have the ability to do at-large members who aren't a member of a chapter. The idea being to grow non-chapter membership. The discount code here, which every chapter should have gotten from Christina. Basically, you can give that to every single member. As always, you guys define your own membership roles. And basically, you just punch in the discount code, and that takes the regular membership from $15 to $0. And then everything else is straightforward. We actually do have the ability to, if you wanted to have different levels for your individual chapters, we can set those up and actually take payment through those on Visa, MasterCard, and all that. So that is an option that if you are interested in, can talk to us about. We have a bunch of reporting that would be useful for that. But more or less, the credit card should be disappearing whenever it goes to $0. If it doesn't, just ignore it. It won't require it. Other than that, it's nice and straightforward. And so that will get you onto the new SEDS.org, and you'll get this members menu. A great question, Dave. I'll get to that in just a minute. Almost leading into things. So what we have is, excuse me, you'll have more or less it's like social network. And actually what we have the ability to do, and I'll be turning on the other features here shortly. Right now you can use Twitter, and that'll sync up your feed here. We're also going to be adding LinkedIn, Facebook, and Flickr, I think. I'll get back to on that last one, but a bunch of social network activities you can all go on. It will sync amongst it, so you can use it as much as you want or not use it. So that's the big benefit there. Now, Dave was asking about presidents, treasurers, etc. So what we have, and this is the big part, because at SEDS USA, it's one of the biggest challenges is maintaining accurate records of who's in charge, when, and all that. So I'll just go to UB because we threw in most of the data there. A few chapters have this data available, and we pulled that together. Not everyone. So you'll see some historical records in here, perhaps, from some of the chapters we had data on. So what you'll do is you'll go. Here's your chapter page. It allows you to kind of all your members can kind of in exactly the same way as Facebook. It's exactly the same thing as that, whereas you have the ability to kind of go back and forth and create a set of have conversations about items. Upload. You can also post. It'll post directly from here from Twitter. Add your location, straightforward. Facebook will be added to this, and I believe LinkedIn. So what you have for chapter leadership is on this tab right here. This is the View tab. Every single member of the chapter will get this, and this shows your updated your updated email, and then when the start and end date for each given year was. So if you have, for example, somebody who was only a president for a year or for a month or so, it'll show that'll get reflected here on the website. Now, can everybody see the a list of dates and personnel?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this this permission page actually controls who's going to be an admin for the group. Once now, if you don't have anyone who is an admin, the chapter reps should have that access as soon as they create their accounts, as long as it matches you. If not, contact Christina and she'll be able to just manually add that, and then you can add everyone else from there as with the appropriate permissions. And basically, in order to do that, you just go to this admin screen, and then it's going to be the chapter leadership menu here. And some of so you can adjust your group name here and a group description. This is the public display portion of it. So that's I'll just get to that in a minute. And that's what I was looking for. So we have just right here. This is relatively straightforward. This is where you're actually going to. You have the ability to modify everything. Some of this data isn't obviously complete, but every chapter will be able to just punch in the updated data here. You can go ahead and just everybody will have a member ID, and that's relatively easy. You'll get that on your membership cards, and you'll get that on your. You'll be able to find that on the website as well. And you would just punch in their number, what date or what their role is. So this is our current selection. If we need to add that, we can do so. Not a big deal, but in general, try to kind of keep it to representative items. So if you have project group leaders, you can put those in. Not a problem. And then when they start and when they're projected to finish. So for example, make sure you just put in like when your rough dates for elections or transition dates for your organization, for your individual chapters will be. It doesn't have to be perfect there. You can also delete, modify. That's all pretty self-explanatory. Change when they were. So if somebody's reelected, you would just go into this page, change their end date, hit change, and it'll update the records accordingly. So as far as the group stuff, that's relatively straightforward. If any of your information, so another important thing to take a look at is this Edit Chapter Info tab. That is the official data we have for your chapter. So I know so if you have tweaks, if your legal name is not represented correctly, which hopefully it is, if your organization name is not represented correctly, which hopefully it is, you can adjust those here, what your address is. If that changes year to year, that you would just tweak here. And that is not that's not personal addresses. This is actually for the organization itself. So if you have a mailbox, or if you have, if it changes based on where the president is, that's not a big deal. You would just modify it there. Let me reset it then. All right. Let me know if you, Sid, let me know when you can see, if you can see that again, or if anyone else has a problem with that. Also on this page is latitude and longitude. So if you want to adjust where your location is to your exact office location, this will be where those maps are generated from. So all relatively straightforward. I will go through a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory, so I won't get into too many details there. You'll also curious. Oops, sorry. seems to be a little slow at sending it out among link, but okay. Other than that, so everyone, as I've mentioned before, will get membership cards. We'll send those out on a periodic basis to chapters and to members. So that's going to be those. You'll be able to use those. If you have a barcode scanner, you guys can use those at the individual chapter to figure out a way of, or it should be relatively easy to use those to actually take membership and roll calls. What else do we have? Our membership benefits. Hopefully my screen still isn't blank. So we'll list a bunch of our items here of what we have available, or what the current benefit package is. We will have a job board up here shortly. We're working on resolving one final issue with that, where it's not updating the NASA internships into this program, and then we'll go live with that. But we're going to try to go and work individual companies to get exclusive listings on that, so we can leverage the SEDS membership network effectively. And there's a few things. So most importantly, when you register, you're going to put in a graduation date. Everybody will have to do that. That's actually how we're going to do the graduation gift program from here on out. Most of you might be familiar with it, but maybe not everyone. But we have relationships with, for example, National Space Society, and we work SSPI, Society of Satellite Professional International, to give away free memberships for graduating seniors, for those who want it, as well as the ability to, and there's also working with Planetary Society for discounts and such. So those are some kind of key things there. As if you've already graduated, we have it'll be there's another depending on when you graduated, there's another report to be run, or another document that'll be run, which is just a form link to fill out. In which case, I'll send that out among chapters, or have work with Christina to get that out. So it's not a big problem either way. So that's the big items there. Let's see, membership information. Okay, a few small things just to help it'll automatically, based on what chapter you pick at the registration phase, it'll automatically join everyone to that chapter's group. So they won't, your members won't have to deal with changing that over. Something that will be kind of cool, interesting. So what we have, I'm not sure what everyone else is going to see here. You're going to have your renewal package will be here. So every year you'll get a different code that your members can renew with. That'll be relatively straightforward. Excuse me. This will also have what conferences you've attended on it. If you've gone to any, you can see that. We'll also have, and this is something right now, kind of San Diego, sorry I haven't gotten back to you guys yet, but this is something on that. You'll have the ability we'll be able to do personal campaign things for fundraising. So we'll have the ability to create, for example, if we're doing a fundraising campaign, have individual members get involved and do prizes and competitions on how much you can raise, that sort of thing. So that's in the plans, and this gives us the ability to do that right here. I don't think you guys will see this, so that won't be a big deal. And if you pledge any money, they'll show up here. The idea, we're also going to get have alumni on this network eventually, so that's another big positive there. The forums right now are relatively scarce, so not too much information there. Those will be being filled out in the upcoming weeks. What else? Show you real quick. There are two images. So you have your social image, which kind of shows up here and everywhere where you post things. Make sure, and this is kind of important, there's a separate, and if you go to, there's a separate image for your actual membership card. Otherwise, you're going to end up something like this, the headless blob, like you've got here on link. So if you want your actual, if you want a membership image, in order to actually change your member image, and it'll start yelling at you over here to change it, you have to go to your membership, change your membership photo, and it's just a special page where you upload it. So you can have kind of more of an informal one and a formal one, or however you really want to do it. Okay, those are the big membership stuff. Any questions at the moment? Yeah, let me just. And yeah, to go, you can add on right now. We have Twitter enabled, and by the end of the week, we have the following up that are right now integrated. If you want to synchronize Flickr, Last.fm, Twitter, or YouTube, those are actively on, and basically that'll say that more or less you can share and such there. No, that's unfortunate. Hopefully the Andrew's recording, which will be made available on the website, will have and it's not frozen. Otherwise, I'll just have to do a recording of or a YouTube video or something like that of how to work this out. It might. It might be you have to go to the. I'm not sure why. And we will have the ability to. We will be shooting for more meetings on the website accessible to view. So, sorry, was there a question there? Or? Also, kind of, also, big important things. Stores up. We're not advertising it too much, simply because we're still we're still getting some items up here. But right now, you can buy shot glasses and lapel pins right online. So.
All right, so we're gonna have that recording up on the website tonight, and I'll send you guys a link to that, so you should be able to rewatch this and maybe see the step-by-step instructions on how to do this. And if not, if the video isn't good enough, we'll just make another video and send that out to you guys this week. So if there aren't any more questions on the SEDS website, I suppose let's move on to any chapter updates you guys want to discuss. So how about we just go around the horn and do any chapter updates, or we could just do like whoever wants to speak can say an update. Which one would you guys prefer? Just around the horn or just on a voluntary basis? Alright, so I guess let's just do around the horn with everyone. So first of all, UB SEDS. Okay, so I guess while they're typing that out, we can go ahead and do the next update. So next on the list, UCS.
We have a team participating in the student launch competition, and we have a team competing in a satellite competition here in Florida.
That's awesome. Sounds great. Which competition is that?
It's called FunSat.
Okay, awesome. Sounds great. Next on the list is Iowa State University, SEDS.
We just sent out some information on getting rocketry certification for some people down here who recently joined our chapter. We also voted to increase our dues. I don't know if that was a statewide thing or that's on a national level, but we had to increase our dues by a little bit. But that's really about it. We're also hoping to set up an astronomy night in the next couple of months and maybe do a Kerbal Space Program competition because we got a lot of people involved in that last semester.
That's awesome. We actually did one of those last semester. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a lot sign up. There weren't as many submissions as we thought there were going to be, but it was mostly a time issue. So we're hopefully going to get that out of the way this time around.
Sounds great. Thanks. Next on the list is MSU Denver.
All right. Well, we're working on certifying some people for the rocketry competition because we currently actually have nobody who's certified for high-powered rocketry. And then we're also working on a robotics competition. I was trying to find the name of the robotics competition, and I can't. My VP actually is the one that's in charge of all that. And other than that, we're just working on recruiting more members and growing our ranks. Also, while I've left out, we're working on getting a tour of Lockheed Martin because they're in our neighborhood. And that's about it from us, really.
Okay, awesome. Sounds great. Next is Purdue. Is Purdue there? I think I hear something. I'm not sure if it's Purdue. I guess we'll move on for now and maybe come back. Next on the list is Yale.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still working with 3 projects. We're participating in the intercollegiate rocket engineering competition, and so right now we're working on certifying people for high power rocketry. It's a little delayed because it's snowing up here, but other than that, it's going pretty well. We also started a new team this semester doing the ASME lighter than air competition, which involves blimps that navigating the obstacle course. So that's got a lot of new members in it. Also, something that happened a couple weeks ago is that we hosted a talk by John Muratori from SpaceX, formerly at NASA, and that was really exciting, and we got a really big turnout.
That's great. All right, awesome. Thanks. Next on the list is Texas A&M.
I went ahead and submitted it in the chat. It's okay.
Okay, sounds good. Then next up is CU SEDS.
Hey, this is SEDS here. Started planning for Yuri's night, and also we have a talk by Dr. Burns. That's on 27th February we're hosting, and we also are putting together a team that can participate in the SEDS rocketry competition. Yeah, and we had a couple of outreach events that are going on for K-12 and others. So that's all from SEDS as of now.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. Next on the list is Illinois State University. Is Illinois there? Oh, sorry about that. Sounds awesome. Thanks. Next up is Wisconsin. ASU has not been called yet. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Wisconsin. Then UCLA. Okay, sounds good. UCLA. Florida Tech. Okay, sounds good. ASU?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi everybody. We just had last week Professor Joseph Foy speaking on nebulas and the chemistry and how we reached there and everything. This week we have a competition on Kerbal Space Program, and I just want to say, like, if you guys have invited any speakers and if you want to share nationally, we are working on, as a SEDS ASU, we are working on planning nationwide broadcast. So please let us know. Thank you.
All right, thanks. University of Arizona? Okay, sounds good, thanks. And then I think the last one is Colorado School of Mines. Okay, sounds good. It sounds like at least several of you are planning Yuri's Night events. It's a lot of fun. I'd highly encourage that among chapters. And would it be helpful if we had like a Yuri's Night planning event? So this month we could have an additional day where anyone who's doing a Yuri's Night could just have like a hangout and talk about ideas for Yuri's Night. Would you guys be interested in that? Yes, no? All right, so I'll look into setting that up. Maybe just this month. All right, thanks, Yubi. So we'll be doing that this month, and I guess I'll send out a doodle poll with times for whenever people are free for that, and we can do that, and whoever is interested in that can participate, just voluntary basis. Also, something we're looking into doing is we're looking into having national speakers come out. So towards the end of the month, we'll likely have maybe Will Pomratz coming up. Nothing's guaranteed. We haven't asked him yet, but it would just be a question and answer session with him. So he'd give a presentation on something that they're working on, and you could have questions. You can just ask him any questions you want. Have your whole SEDS chapter there for any questions on what these speakers are doing. So that's something we're looking to start doing every month, having speakers come out. So hopefully we'll get that set up by the end of the month. I think Dan Pat have had something else you wanted to talk about. So Dan, are you there?
Yeah. Sorry. Sounded like a meteor just landed on my roof. Yeah, just one thing. Everyone, you guys should have been getting emails about it. I'll just share the screen once more. But the Space Exploration Blitz is coming up at the end of this month, February 23rd through 25th. And that's basically it. That'll be in DC over the course Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I highly recommend you put together something with your chapters to attend this if you're able to make the trip. For every 20 or so people, I know it might be a little difficult for you guys in Arizona and California, understandably, but for every 50 adult, like people with jobs and adults that go, one student is equal to that. So it's really important to get if we can, our participation in this event really makes a difference. In the link, this link to that is spaceexplorationalliance.org. And the Blitz, this will be more involved with setting the policy for that. And it's a large group of space advocacy groups, all with the same and similar message. So I really encourage everyone to take a look at that. Make it if you can. Really encourage everyone to try and make this. I think Odie, you mentioned they were probably going to be sending a delegation and a few people from UNC. So, all right. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot myself or Charlie Harris an email. And look forward to hopefully seeing a bunch of people there. So.
All right, so unless anyone has any more questions or anything else they want to discuss, I guess meeting will be adjourned. So just, I guess like in the chat window, if you have anything else to add, say so now or forever hold your peace until next month. So does anybody want to propose a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, motions to adjourn.
All right, does anybody second that?
Second the motion.
Okay. Awesome. Great meeting. Motion adjourned. I mean, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.